Hello, and welcome to The Big Game, the game show where your sports knowledge could earn you some money. I'm your host, Brecken Harshberger, and today, one lucky contestant is going to try and win up to $2,500. Today, we have one contestant playing for the money. How about we introduce him? Welcome, Bryce Norwood.
How you doing today? I'm doing great. I'm great to be here. So.
I'm doing pretty good. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Bryce Norwood, as you said. I just love sports, and when I heard, cash prize, I was excited to try and get on the show. So.
You've been a long-time viewer of sports?
Oh, long-time viewer. I mean, my whole life, it's just been revolving around sports. So,
Gotcha.
And every sport too. So I love sports.
Gotcha. Well, that's great. So here's how the game is going to work. Bryce will have to answer 10 multiple-choice questions, each increasing in difficulty and the amount of money they're worth. If he makes it all the way to the final question and answers correctly, he'll win $2,500. But after 5 correct answers, he is guaranteed a minimum of $500 when he walks away. He will also have 2 lifelines to help him out along the way, 50-50 and Ask the Host. So do you think you're ready to play?
I would say I'm ready to play, yeah. Let's get into it.
All right, so with that, let's play the big game. So starting out with question 1 for $25. Which NBA player holds the record for most points all time? Karl Malone, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, or Kobe Bryant?
Now for this question, it would be different a couple years ago, but recently it kind of changed. So for my final answer for this one, we'll start off strong with final answer is C, LeBron James. Final
answer is C, LeBron James, and that is correct. You've won $25 so far. All right, moving on to question 2 for $50. If a pitcher throws a perfect game, how many batters would he face? 24, 27, 18, or 30?
Now this one's, simple math, 9 innings, three outs an inning. 9 times 3. I'll go final answer B, 27.
And 27B is correct. You're up to $50 so far. All right, moving on to question 3 worth $100. In what year did the first Super Bowl take place? 1955, 1971, 1963, or 1967?
No, the first Super Bowl winner is the Green Bay Packers against the Kansas City Chiefs.
It was indeed.
So that was in 1967, so D is my answer.
1967, final answer is D, and that is correct. All right, you're 2 questions out from the break, and you have 2 more questions to guarantee you'll get the $500 minimum. All right, moving on to question 4, worth $250. Who was the last NBA player to average a triple-double for an entire season before Russell Westbrook did? Oscar Robertson, Jason Kidd, Larry Bird, or LeBron James?
Now, it's kind of crazy to think about how LeBron, with his career averages, has never averaged a triple-double before in a season. But I know the answer here. I'm going to go with A, Oscar Robertson.
And A, Oscar Robertson is correct. All right, you're 1 question out from guaranteeing yourself $500 walking away. So how about we move on to the final question of the first round?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Worth $500. All right. Which NFL franchise was the first to win 6 Super Bowls? The Pittsburgh Steelers, the San Francisco 49ers, the Dallas Cowboys, or the New England Patriots?
Now, only 2 of these have done it. 6. Just up to who did it first. And I'm going to go with A, Pittsburgh Steelers.
And A, Pittsburgh Steelers is correct. Congratulations, you're at least walking away with a minimum $500 when the game is over. So how about let's go to break, and when we get back, Bryce will be attempting to win the grand prize of $2,500. So stay tuned and don't go away.
At ICCU, to make a difference, it takes just one connection, a friendly face, an open ear, a helping hand. And then something amazing happens. We find out that we're better together. This is what Idaho Central does in our communities every day. We help our members with the small things and big dreams. This is what believing in you is all about. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
Welcome back. Before the break, our guest Bryce locked in a guaranteed $500 in winnings for today's game, but he's got 5 more questions to win the grand prize. So how are you feeling going into the second round?
You know, I'm feeling confident. I think I did a good job with the first 5 questions. So, but I want that grand prize. I'm ready to get into the second round.
Feeling pretty confident?
Yeah, feeling pretty confident. So.
All right. Well, we're going to keep it going, and we're going to start on your $750 question. So that is going to be, which NFL quarterback holds the record for most interceptions all time? Vinny Testaverde, Brett Favre, Dan Marino, or Ben Roethlisberger?
So there's a lot of gunslingers on this list. Guys that love to throw the football.
Tough question.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to trust my gut here so I can keep my lifelines. I'm going to go with Brett Favre. I know he threw a lot, so B, Brett Favre, final answer.
B, Brett Favre. That's your final answer?
I'm going with Brett Favre.
And that is correct. Congratulations. You're up to $750. Would you like to keep going?
Yeah, I'll keep going. I'll keep going. I think I got more in me.
Okay, so. Well then we're going to move straight on to the $1,000 question. Who is the youngest player in NBA history to score at least 60 points in a game? Devin Booker, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, or LeBron James? And don't forget, you have your 2 lifelines still to use.
I do know this one because I watched that whole game. I'm going to go with A, Devin Booker, 70 points against the Celtics.
Are you sure?
I'm going to go with Devin Booker.
All right, final answer A, and that is correct. All right, you're up to $1,000 so far. How are you feeling?
Well, I got nervous there. You kind of you made me a little nervous, I almost rethought my answer, but
now
I'm feeling a little better. So now that I'm ready.
Now you can either step away with your $1,000, or you can continue to keep going.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
You know, I think my parents would want me to get the more money, so we'll move on to $1,500. So.
All right. Question for $1,500. Which MLB player holds the record for the longest hitting streak in MLB history? Pete Rose, Ty Cobb, Joe DiMaggio, or Ichiro Suzuki?
That's a good one. All of these guys, just so many, great at hitting. I'm gonna use one of my lifelines. I'll go with the 50-50 one.
50-50.
Eliminate 2.
So with 50-50, you are able to cross off Ty Cobb and Ichiro from your potential answers.
Okay. That makes me feel a lot better because Ty Cobb was one of the guys I was contemplating on.
He's a great hitter.
Great hitter, yeah, great hitter. But I know Pete Rose has the record for the most hits in a career, but I don't believe he has it for the streak. I'm going to go with Joe DiMaggio as my final answer.
Final answer, Joe DiMaggio?
Yes.
And you're completely sure about that?
Yeah.
All right, that is correct.
Let's go.
You're up to $1,500.
Let's go.
You're really moving along, dude.
I know. I'm getting nervous, but I want this money. So.
All right. You want to keep going for $2,000, or do you want to step away with the money?
You know what? Let's do it. Let's go for the 2,000.
Keep going. All right. For $2,000, who is the only athlete in history to play in a Super Bowl as well as a World Series? Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, Tim Tebow, or Brian Jordan?
I have to do some deducting right here.
It's a pretty difficult question.
Yeah, it is. I'll say I know it's not Tim Tebow. Don't know who Brian Jordan is. But I'm trying to remember if Bo Jackson played for any other teams other than the Royals. I think he played for the White Sox.
You are still able to use your Ask Your Host lifeline, by the way, just in case.
Okay. You know, I don't think Bo played. I don't think Bo made the Super Bowl. So I'll go with my final answer being B, Deion Sanders.
And you're completely sure about that?
Yes, because I know he played for the Braves, and
no
I think they made the
guessing?
World Series when he was with the Braves. So.
All right, man. I mean, you got the confidence, so you happen to actually be correct with Deion Sanders. It was B. You won $2,000 so far. You're on the final question.
You scared me with that, man.
Right. So do you want to keep playing and answer the final question, or do you want to step away?
You know, I've already gotten so far. I feel like it would be doing a disservice if I were to step away right now. So let's go to that final question. I wanna get that 2,500.
All right, final question for $2,500, the grand prize. Which of these NBA players won an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season? Michael Jordan, Duncan Robinson, Shaquille O'Neal, or Tim Duncan?
Shout out Duncan Robinson, but I'm not gonna pick him. This is tough, but something makes me think that reminds me of when Michael Jordan won the DPO, one of the DPOY like cool things, you know, the fake steals and whatnot. So he won a lot of MVPs as well. I know Duncan was a great defender, but I'm gonna have to trust my gut here. And you know, I didn't get this far without trusting my gut. So for my final answer for the $2,500 question, who won MVP and Defense Player same season? I'm gonna go with A. Michael Jordan.
All right, I got to give it to you on your confidence, going straight to the answer. And sometimes overconfidence can come back to bite us in the butt.
I know.
However, the answer is A. Michael Jordan.
Let's go.
Congratulations, Bryce. You have won $2,500. How are you feeling?
Oh, it's surreal. It's surreal. You know, that's so much money. Like, oh my goodness.
Oh my, what are you going to put it towards? Anything specific?
I can't really think about it off the top of my head. I mean, it could go towards so much. You know, like paying rent. You know, with school and everything. This is awesome. This is awesome to earn that much money. So.
All right. Well, congratulations to you, Bryce, on your victory. And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks to our contestant, Bryce. And make sure you tune into next week's episode where another lucky contestant gets a shot at some money. Thanks for watching, and good night.